How tall, Connie? How tall are you? Connie, how tall are you? How tall? How tall? How tall are you? A lot of are you singles? Many questions. Really fast, what I'm listening to is XS by Rina Sawayama. Killer track. How has it been having red hair? Red hair? It's not supposed to be red, bro. It's supposed to be my natural. But I know it doesn't look like that. I'm not trying to gaslight you. Do you speak Russian? I do, but not well at all. Russian was my first language, and then I learned English when I went to school. But it's just, I haven't made as much of an effort as an adult to keep up, but I need to. That reminds me, I gotta call my grandma now.
At the tone, please record your message.
Алло,
Бабулечка, приветик.
у вас доброе утро, у нас уже.
Но не сейчас. А как у вас там? Уже время новую машину покупать, я не знаю.
Да, а у тебя какая машина?
Там погода очень хорошо, да?
Да, солнышко сегодня. Да, знаешь, еще что я делаю? Я беру и боюсь.
Я тебя сильно люблю.
Целую, крепко обнимаю.
Я тоже.
Да,
Хорошо.
да.
What a cutie. I forgot to mention, it's just so much easier for me to understand than it is to speak. I think any second generation person is gonna relate, because being born here, but having Russian or a different language being your first language, as you age, if you don't keep up with it, I think you still retain the knowledge. Like my parents and my family all only speak Russian to each other. I just can't speak it as well. But that doesn't mean I'm not trying. I love my grandma. What's one question you wish people would stop asking you? I don't know. I like the questions. I don't think I've had one that I don't want. I think what I don't like is when people compare me to somebody who I don't like, or it's not like a compliment, and you're like, okay, wonderful. Thanks for thinking I look like this person who I think is tremendously unattractive. Anyway, Beanie Rex. I was purchasing beanies from Cool Water Dry Goods for years, and then I recently got into Easy Money Clothing, and I've been rocking their beanies like nobody's business. I'm essentially a walking ad for Easy Money Clothing. How did you start in social media? All through high school, I was working in video. I was the head video director, producer, and editor of a nonprofit, which was absolutely insane, and I would never recommend having a high schooler do that ever. I knew I wanted to be in video after I graduated, so as soon as I graduated high school, I created a wedding film company, and I was making wedding videos for years. So COVID hit, and when COVID hit, people were not getting married, and if they were doing it quietly and definitely not hiring me to film their wedding. Thankfully, I was not in a position where I needed to scramble financially. So I remember hearing about Musical.ly or TikTok, I'm not sure which it was at the time, and downloading it, and I think I downloaded it just to be able to have an outlet to either create or have fun, you know? And then over time, it just became sustainable enough to not have to go back to doing wedding videos. So now we are 5 years in, which is just an insane thing to think about. But I'm so beyond grateful to be in this position. And I'm so glad that you've decided to stick around and see what goes on here on this side of things, and I'm hoping we can make this a little bit more personal, and I also hope that you enjoy that. This was the last wedding film I ever shot. It was my sister's 2 years ago, all shot on Super 16. This is all on film. To this day, it's my favorite wedding film I've ever shot. It was the craziest thing because I had got the film literally like a couple weeks before, and I had some random guy, his name is like Filmboy3000. I found him on YouTube, and he spooled down, I think like 25 rolls of 100-foot film for me. Can you even imagine? I found this guy, Mike. I know his name is Mike. I got his phone number from YouTube, hopped on the phone with him, and I said, hey, my sister's getting married. I'm shooting her wedding on Super 16, and I have 400-foot rolls of 16mm film. And he didn't even charge me. He offered for me to ship it over to him. He spooled down like 25 rolls. Wait, let me show you the camera. Krasnogorsk 3, all the way from Russia. On the side of the mountain, shot on Mount Rainier. Actually, there's still film in here. I'm cranking it and changing the film on the side of the mountain. Would probably never recommend it, but Can you imagine shooting a one taker of your sister's wedding? You want to make that shit perfect for her. Last thing, no light meter. I just got good light judgment, I guess. The kicker that she failed to mention was that I got the film like 4 days before the wedding. And I just had to keep it a secret from her until after she was done getting married. Could have not had the film. Isn't that insane? Yeah, crazy. What's your opinion on labeling sexuality? Who cares what anybody else thinks? Your sexuality is none of my business. It doesn't matter. I think some people find liberation in labels, and I think other people find them confining. So I think it's just varies person to person, and I think just do whatever feels right for you, you know? How do you like your eggs cooked? You know, recently I've been digging some scrambled eggs, but in the past I would go for a good fried egg. Before I found out I was semi-allergic to avocado, I would love a good fried egg on a toast with some avocado. Don't know what it is. I've been asked if I have a latex allergy. Who knew that latex has anything to do with avocados? But I guess it does. How do you find your outfit inspo? Honestly, during this time of year, it's really hard to stay inspired because it's really gloomy out where I am and rainy and gross. But generally, I'll peek over on Pinterest. I feel like what inspires me is me feeling good. And I know that if I have a good outfit, I'm going to feel good. But I think that it just comes down to what makes me feel confident. Sometimes it's just a baggy button up and a hat, but, you know, when are we gonna golf? This is one of my boys from Meat Market out in Phoenix. I'm gonna come out in March when we can play. Are you single? Happily so. Happily so. Would you ever consider being someone's stylist? The amount of trust somebody would have to put in me. I think I would love to go in a direction where it doesn't feel so much about me, and that would be great. I think it'd be so cool to be able to find things that inspire me and be able to put somebody on and allow somebody else to find that confidence too. Where do you do most of your shopping? Ever since COVID hit, I really went onto Depop. I spend a lot of time on Depop doing shopping. I've been dabbling into Essence. I do some vintage shopping still. I just went thrift shopping yesterday. I would say those are like my top places. Depop sounds insane, but I would say like 80% of my wardrobe has come from Depop. Best advice for someone who's just starting to get into fashion. Dress to impress yourself. Find what makes you feel confident. Don't be afraid to try something new. It's all the tacky things that you hear everybody say, but it's kind of true. I'm not gonna lie. I think like when walking out and about, it's so much less about the outfit itself and it's so much more about the aura and what the person's giving off. And if a person's walking down the street, they're exuding confidence, you're feeling that. You're not like eyeing their outfit. Happens to me all the time when I walk past people and I'm like, they've got this thing about them that I really like. And really it's just because they've got this confidence to them and I love that. Who cares what anybody else thinks? How are you always so positive and almost always smile? You just beam with good energy. That's so sweet. That's very kind. Oh man, I mean, what? I'm only human, you know? I don't got it in me all the time. I think what you see is what I want you to see, which is just what everybody does on the internet. I try to remain as positive as I can, but I'm only human, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that one, to be honest. I'm just gonna skip it. How old are you? How old do you think I am? October 1st. I'm a Libra baby. And I'm also the youngest in my family, the youngest of 3 siblings. Not that you asked, but I'm the baby, and I definitely give baby vibes. Meaning youngest child energy. But I also give baby. I'm not gonna deny it. How tall, Con? You're never gonna know. You're never gonna know. You're gonna have to walk up to me with a tape measure if you want to find this one out. Nobody believes me when I say it. This is a friend from high school. She even came on to ask the same question. She's with it. She knows. Salome, standing next to you, I feel like you know exactly how tall I am. Hair routine. Okay. Alright. I start by double shampooing, then I use a hair mask, then I condition. And here's my body wash. So tasty. Right out of the shower with damp hair, I put in some K18 molecular mask, you know. Damn, this handy cam has bad quality. Can you believe this used to be like top-notch quality back in the day? Anyway, so then I put in the K18, I let it sit for 5 or so minutes, and then I'll put in some curl cream. And then I just scrunch and scrunch until I feel satisfied. Then I put in some hair clips. See? Cute. And then I air dry. And then it looks like this. Crazy. Oh yeah, and then the next day I'll put in some Olaplex hair oil. I love this stuff. Lastly, I put in some styling balm. And all these products smell divine. This is very embarrassing. My group of friends is in love with you and we had a themed party after you. Literally dressed like Connie Knight. You were our muse. We all have a crush. I'm so flattered. You have no idea. I did send you a DM back. That's wild. And you did send me pictures, and I could not be more flattered. What'd you do? Beanies? You know, funny enough, my siblings threw me a party for my birthday one year where they all dressed like my different eras. And so they came with like beanies and glasses. It was so killer. Oh, that was so fun. Have you always been so swaggy? Jesus Christ. Full transparency, I've always felt like I never fit in. Ever fit in. All through school, I was always wearing something that I felt like nobody else wore. As I get older, I realized that I think that actually is really special. It's good to be unique and it's good to be yourself. And I think it's something that you end up embracing. But swaggy's crazy. 99 hot dogs or 99 burgers? 99 burgers in a heartbeat. 99 hot dogs? That's disgusting. How long did it take you to start earning money on social media? Well, okay. On the apps, like if you're making money from TikTok and Instagram, I mean, I like to this day, I'm not really cooking on either one of those. But from brand deals, yeah, I think like probably about 6 months. It's hard to tell. I probably wouldn't listen to me on that one. Is Connie here? Sam's Club or Costco? I don't know that I have Sam's Club out here. I don't have a Costco membership though. Y'all make that way too hard to get. And also way too expensive. And also I don't have 10 children, so why do I need a Costco membership? Got a cool Spotify playlist? I think so. I think there might be one or two on there. Go peek. Maybe I made them public. Who knows? Vlogs? Is that what you want to see? You want to see vlogs? That sounds terrifying. Actually, as it turns out, there's a lot of questions, and I feel like we've reached our peak. I'm already 40 minutes of recording here. But I'm very, very glad I got to read some of those. If you want to see more, we can definitely make a part 2. I'm going to leave it up to you to let me know if you're into that. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for participating and for asking questions. And let's do this again soon, if you allow me. Love ya. Bye.